Well, I'd like for you all to join me on this next build. We're doing another trophy truck, but this time we are doing a Jeep Gladiator body on the Axial Score system. So I've had this one laying around for a while, and it's got a couple upgrades like the Metal Concepts rear axle. It's got aluminum upper and lower links. These are non-name brand metal, so they're Chinese orders that I had from eBay from a long time ago. What we are upgrading are the shocks. These actually came with the kit. I believe they only came with the kit. These are the Icon shocks. So the rears, I actually ordered some springs for them, which I have right here. And these are the purple springs, so these should hold all this weight in the back and the weight of the vehicle. The stock ones were way too soft, and as soon as I put the rear wheels on, it basically dragged all the way down like this. Even with thicker fluid and everything, it wasn't holding. The fronts themselves, they actually hold up pretty well. They do pretty good. I went ahead and changed the fluids on those, so those should be totally fine. Like I said, there's a couple upgrades on this thing. It does have the stock electronic system. So let's see what else we got for it. What I'm doing is I'm using this Jeep Gladiator body from Proline. I chopped this giant hole in the front because I'm going to be doing a Angry Grill 3D print for it. I already chopped off the bed back here, and basically that's just to accommodate the extra wheels. I 3D printed a rack to go on top of this. So this is the body that I'm using. This is the Proline Jeep Gladiator body for the TRX4. It's not an exact wheelbase, but you know, I'm gonna make it work. My wife got this body for me, so I don't want it to go to waste. I don't have a crawler I can put this on right now, so that's what kind of made me go to this build. I already chopped off the front because I'm gonna do something with that, and I also cut a hole in the back here for the bed so that you can fit the wheels on, and basically the body will slide on and off this way. I do have to make the holes for the post before I do painting. Here are the couple of the things that are going to go on to this build. So I 3D printed a rack that's going to go on the top here. Probably go this way. I did print some sand ramps, some sand ladders to go on it for scale looks. I have some light buckets that I'm going to put on here. I have some lights also that I want to use, and just a couple of sorted little bits that I'm going to add on to it. Of course, the sticker sheet that came with the body, we're going to use some of these stickers. And again, some assorted scale accessories that I plan on using for this build. And then finally, this is the wheel combo that I'm going with. These are 2.2 SSD wheels. They're a 2 or 3 piece beadlock system. I believe they're a 2-piece. These are non-functional scale hardware, so they look cool, but you don't have to tighten all of these down. You just have to tighten down the ones in the rear. And these no-name brand eBay tires. They have some pretty good grip. I like the aggressiveness of them, and I think it'll fit this build overall pretty well. I really like this bronze color that came on the wheels, and it's definitely a color that I've never used before. And here's the 3D printed grill that I made that's going to go for this, especially made for this body because it's different dimensions than some of the other Jeep Angry Grills. And I actually printed it as face up because I wanted the printer to do its thing, and it kind of gave it like a textured look. So I actually like this texture look more than if it was just completely smooth. So, you know, everybody has their preferences. I know this is not going to be for everyone, and not everyone likes the Angry Grill. So, you know, that's just what I like. So the first thing I'm going to focus on, because I think it's going to be one of the easier ones, is we're going to focus on the rear. So I'm going to inspect the shocks and make sure everything's okay with the shocks. If I need to refill fluid, I will, or change them out. It just depends how dirty. I'll do that, and then we're going to add the new springs, which are the purple compound. And here is the part number for those springs in case you want it. Oh, these are blue, not purple, I'm sorry. So the blue, but these are the stiffest ones. They're the 3-pound springs. So we'll start by removing both sides, and that way I can take a closer look at the shocks. It looks very good. It's clear. It's hard to kind of see it on camera, but it's in good condition. It's very clear. I can see through to the very bottom of the shock. It does just need a little top off on it though. Our rear is complete now, and it feels really good. There's no binding whatsoever. It doesn't even finish the whole entire shock, so that's good. We're not finishing it off, which means we have enough travel there for the shock. This rack here is not stock with the Axial Score. I do have a video, and I'll leave a card up here so you guys can check that video out. I show you how to mount this is the RPM dual tire rack for the /4x4, and I made it fit onto the Axial, and it's pretty sturdy overall. It does have a little butt jiggle, but who doesn't like a little butt jiggle, right? The next thing on this that we're gonna do is we're gonna jack it up. And how are we gonna do that? Well, we're gonna put the wheels on, and that's one of probably the easiest thing that we're gonna do to this. All you need for this is the 7mm, and we'll go ahead and install all the wheels on this truck. So just a test fit of the grill, basically it's gonna go like this. As you can see, it covers everything. I will have to cut just a little bit on the clear part, but I left extra intentionally just so I could make sure that I could get the right glue amount, and then I can trim off the rest. But as for the body, like I said, it's gonna slip on here. The front posts are fine on this. Now where we need to figure out is where we're gonna mount it on the top, and this is what I came up with. So the axial parts tree number is AX31391. It's kind of hard to see it on here, but AX31391 comes with assorted posts. So like this comes with the extended post. It comes with some that are like a little slanted, straight post. Figured one of these posts would work, and we're gonna mount it up here. So my thought process was there's holes right here, one right here and one on the other side of this grill as well, and it sticks up. My thinking was hopefully I can use those as mounting posts. If not, I'm gonna have to figure it out, and I was thinking maybe from the gas cap. So I was able to use the post mounts that are down here that come built into the Axial Score and the Yeti. All the platforms have the same holes right here. There's one right here and one on here. Unfortunately, I did have to move the radiator out of the way, so I'll have to reconfigure it and see where I can put it. But that's okay. That's just a scale thing. If I have to leave it off, then so be it. So like I said, the body will slide on. We have the front post, and then I drilled in for the top post, and it'll sit like something like this. So unfortunately, I couldn't make it work with these. It still sits too low in the back, so I had an idea. I'm actually going to use this one. I'm going to cut off this crossbar and just leave them as individual body mounts, and that should give me the length that I need. So as you can see, it sits way better now that we did the extended mounts. Here are the front mounts. We did the rear mounts on the top. Once we remove the lid, it just lifts off, and here are the extended posts. So that definitely did help a lot, and I didn't realize that we were that short with the other posts. So I'm glad that I got that whole little kit. Now what I'm going to do is just trim off down here, because I won't need to go any taller than that. If anything, I can always go a little bit shorter. So that's pretty much all we can do at this point. The next step is now going to be paint. So we're going to wash the inside of this body. We're going to apply the masking for the top. We got the body masked up, and now it's time for paint. Everything that's taped off right now is for black. So we're doing black roof, black fenders, front and rear, and then we're going to do a black tailgate. So the main color is going to be this candy blue by Duratrax. That is the part number, and I'll leave that in the description. Fenders are going to be this metallic black, also Duratrax. There's the part number. Since that candy blue is transparent, we have to back it with a backer, so I'm going with this metallic silver, which is called Silver Streak. Also by Duratrax, and there's the number for that. Well, there we have it. Nice and painted. Overall, the paint job wasn't too bad to do. There's a couple spots where I guess I didn't put enough of the candy blue. So back here and on the other side, you can see a little bit of the silver that went through. And then the black is actually a metallic black. That's how I wanted it. And I think that came out really well. I like the way that came out. So now that the body's done, I've given it about 24 hours to cure. I won't be messing around with it too much anyways, but it's time to put some of the scale accessories on. So what I did is I put in a roof rack, I put in some lights. The lights themselves are missing the clear lenses, so I'm gonna have to get something printed for those. For the meantime, they'll just sit like that. We have our sand ramps wedged in between the wheels here, and we have these little lights that I found. These are pretty cool. And I also installed some lights in the rear for the rear axle. So I'll go ahead and turn those on. Those are powered by a 9-volt battery. I turned off the lights a little bit so you can see, but the light's RGB and it changes color, and they also change color down here so you can see the light underneath. So it gives you like that rock light effect for the nighttime, which is really cool. I don't really need it for the front because I have some super bright LEDs that I installed. So I have that cable coming out from the receiver. These are Mitric RC LED lights. So I installed the 3D printed grill. We have some clear lenses there for the lights. Really like that angry Jeep look. I have some halos that I was going to use, but they're just too underpowered. And even with the 9-volt, I wasn't really too thrilled with how they look. So let me show you how these look real quick. These are I'd say probably 10 times brighter than what those halos were. So I'm definitely glad I went with these because they're going to actually be functional. So overall, I think I'm pretty much done with this rig. It's not a totally 100%, but it's good enough to where I can already drive it, I can bash it, I can do what I want with it. It's not really a super scale rig, so I'm not trying to go all out with all the scale accessories and stuff. I don't even expect this rack to last very long anyways. A couple bass sessions maybe. But I made it more just a little beach cruiser, maybe a little sand basher. If there's any Jeep meets that can take this, I'm pretty sure it'll turn a couple heads. So just really pretty happy with how everything turned out. But if you guys have any questions on this build, as always, leave them down below. I always answer back to you guys. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.